Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and it is time for another early morning book review. I have 10 to 6 in the morning and I'm up and I've been doing some cross stitch, which I may show on a different little video because I think I've decided this year I want to branch out and I want to do 3 different channels. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about doing a cross stitch channel. I'm thinking about doing an author channel, and I'm thinking about keeping my regular Books Off the Beaten Path channel. But who knows? Maybe none of that will happen. I don't know. I do know that I need to babble less. I've been looking at my videos from the past. I don't have the greatest quality camera. I just use my iPhone and a little tripod that my son's got me. But I do tend to babble. And so I'm going to try very hard to learn how not to babble and to get my point across and be succinct and be interesting at the same time. So shall we have a go? Let's have a go. Unless you're watching me for the babbling, and if you love the babbling, then just leave it in the comments and I'll keep babbling. Okay, our early morning book review for this morning is The Plague Court Murders by Dickson Carr. This is the Otto Penzler Presents American Mystery Classics, a Sir Henry Maryville mystery, and it's a beautiful copy. It was copyright, I think, in 34, but let me look. Yes, it was copyrighted in 1934, and let me read you the back. Plague Court is old and crumbling, long neglected after its Lord Hangman's assistant, Louis Plague, fell victim to the Black Death centuries before. The estate is famously haunted by Plague's ghost, and for the property's new owner, banishing the ghost is a top priority. But when the exorcist employed with this task is found stabbed to death in a locked stone hut on the grounds, the other guests at Plague Court have every reason to fear an act of supernatural violence as the cause of the impossible execution. Okay, so first off, my thoughts on it, my rating on it, I would give it a 4, and maybe a 4.2 because it was fun. It was a fun romp. It started out where our narrator, if you want to call him that, the person that we identify with, who kind of points out that he's telling the story. His name is Ken. And I really liked Ken. And so Ken is at his club, as you do in the 1930s. You're at your club. And Ken is at his club, and he is approached by one of the heirs to Plague Court. And he says, let's go see if there's a ghost in Plague Court, because there's supposed to be a seance there, and my aunt is conducting the seance. I mean, she's not conducting it. She has gotten a hold of a psychic by the name of, what's his name? Oh, this is embarrassing. What was his name? Dartmouth, I think. His name is Dartmouth. His name is Dartmouth Down. And so he is the one, and you never really get any dialogue from him or anything like that. I mean, he gets killed right off. I mean, it goes at a record pace. It's not a slow-moving story. It's a fast-moving story. And it's intricate. I thought it was very good. We've got our cast of characters. We've got Ken, who is our narrator. We have our man from Scotland Yard, who is Inspector Masters. We've got his Sergeant MacDonald, who is his sidekick. We've got the aunt, we've got the niece, we've got the nephew, we've got Ted, who's just sort of into the niece and everything like that. We have Joseph, who is a supposedly a psychic medium, but he's dim-witted is the way they describe him in there. He needs to be constantly taken care of, like maybe he's handicapped in some way. I mean, not physically, but mentally. And so we got all of this going on, and we've got Dartmouth killed in this. It's a locked room mystery. It's been raining, but it stopped raining. There are no footprints up to the little hut that he was killed in. He's been stabbed. There's blood all over the walls. A dead cat figures into it. And, you know, I love pets too, and I'm totally against violence against pets, but this happens off screen. We just hear about it. We don't witness it or anything like that. So that's good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was fun. And then they laid out all the clues. Now, the thing that got me, that Mr. Carr got me on, was the use of the unreliable narrator. And I'm not talking about Ken. Ken was a very reliable narrator, but there's another person in the story that when you get to the end, when you get to the final conclusion, Sir Henry Merivale, who is our master detective, he's grumpy and he's cigar smoking and he doesn't want to take part in anything. He calls people blockheads all the time. He calls his secretary Lollipop, which I think would get him in a lot of trouble these days. But anyway, Sir Henry Merivale is our ace detective. And when our ace detective at the very end reveals what happens, it makes sense, but you're kind of like, well, it's a little bit of a cheat, because why wouldn't I have believed it? You know, I mean, I'm trying to tell you this without a lot of spoilers, should you ever want to read it. And when I say it's a little bit of a cheat, tiny. I mean, I'm nitpicking. I'm absolutely nitpicking. But it really was good. It really was good. The murderer, and I will tell you this, the murderer walked on the top of a wall to get to the hut, and that was why there were no footprints. And I can reveal that one to you because I had figured that out when they talked about the layout of the house so much and everything like that. I had figured that out. So I kind of feel like I can share that with you, and it's not going to damage the mystery at all. But it was a fun mystery. It was a good mystery. We had a lot of rain. We had a lot of spookiness. We have the, which I really admired for the time, we have the, I don't know if you can see this or not. You can see that? But they have actually the transcripts of the interviews with the people that were at the seance. And I thought that was really sort of ahead of its time, where you got, you know, there's a lot of timing aspects in these old mysteries and everything like that. But I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. I'm going to give it a 4.0, maybe a 4.2, because I just needed it, you know? I needed a romp, and it was a total romp. And I love a haunted house romp. And so if you love a haunted house romp, then you need to check out The Plague Court Murders. Excellente. Chef's kiss. So, what I'm reading now, I started last night. It's called Consider Miss Lily. I'm not sure about it yet. I've got a few little questions about it yet, but it's interesting. It's keeping me reading. It's keeping me turning those pages. So anyway, I'm going to get Mom up, get ready to go to church, and I have writers later on today. Yay, we're getting the band back together. I'm so excited. I'm going to have 2 writers groups this year if everything works out. I'm going to have our old writers group, where for some reason everybody has moved out of town, but we're going to do it on the I almost said on the television, that dates me. We're going to do it on the computer. And then I'm doing an all women's writers group, which I love the idea of. I just love the idea of that. But anyway, so that's my review. That's my early morning book review, and I'll check you later.